everybody. Welcome back to a Mildly Good podcast. Hopefully everyone is coming back and there's some new people out there, and that is great. Before we get started, I just want to do two quick shout outs. You don't have to act bored, bro. I'm getting to you. Hold on. Two quick shout outs. My guy that does all my filming, all my editing, all my photography. You can find him on Instagram. It's above average Joe Pro. I fuck that up every time, but if you can't find it, it's on all my pictures. It's real easy. He's a fantastic photographer, weddings, bar mitzvahs, I don't know, whatever else you've taken pictures of these days, kiddos. And then I want to do a shout out to someone that we're already kind of doing a collaboration with, but it's Young October. It's a clothing line. My man Hunter started, and you can go to www.youngoctober.com. He's doing cool shirts and stuff like that. So just check it out. Maybe it'll be cool to your kids. Maybe you'll be cool to your kids, Jody.
Yeah. Are the shirts above average like Joe?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if they're above average size. That's the problem.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's messed up, bro.
So this is my longtime friend, Jody. Say hi, Jody.
Hello, peeps. What's hopping?
And I mean, just to go ahead and get all this shit out of the way, like we were in a fraternity, we were in our family tree. It's a whole thing. If you're not into fraternities, or if you're I don't know what to tell you. People do that in college, and so we did, and we made a really great friendship. I used to buy him beer as his pledge, like as a pledge, and his little brother. I bought him beer because I was older.
Yes, you are old.
Yeah,
that's confirmed.
And so,
I used to get your little brother wasted.
We're going to try to
that
avoid.
was the trade-off.
We're going to try to avoid fraternity stories because they're boring to everybody else but us.
Yes, they're inside.
Yeah, it's very inside. That's why it's a fraternity. That's why we pay all that money, is to keep secrets from you guys.
Yeah, so we can buy our friends and
you'll
secrets.
You'll never find out unless you have the internet.
I hope you like goats.
It was all a dream.
I still don't know how I graduated.
Hey, how you been, my dude?
Oh, brother, I'm good.
Yeah.
All this COVID stuff. Everyone was worried about the market, and it's been steady. It's been really busy.
And just to let everybody know, Jody does real estate. So is that how you are? You tell me how you would categorize yourself.
Yep. Realtor. Been in that game for a while. Started as a lender, and then I did flips and rentals for a minute, and then got my actual license and doing sales. So
it's
been great. I love it. It's I'm a people person.
Because my man over here has had some jobs. You've had some jobs, bro. Like he's worked a lot of jobs. He's a hustler. He's a hustler. That's what hustlers do. But like, does this feel like that you're like, this is where you're supposed to be? Do you feel like you finally found it?
This is where I'm at.
Did you find the one? Did you find the one?
This is the job. This is the job where I'm not selling a product. I don't have a widget, because everybody can show the same houses, right? My widget is me. People want to work with me because they like me. And that's what I appreciate about it. I can show anyone something based on what they're looking for. And then I try to make it fun. I want to laugh and poke fun at the situation and lower the stress level as much as possible, because it's very stressful.
I think
for a lot of people. So
I think you're missing a big point that you probably bring to the table. And if I ask you about it, you would say definitely. And so I also think people would be interested to know what those things are. So when they're looking for somebody that does real estate, so like if someone's going to drop like $300,000, $400,000, right? They got to trust you, bro.
Oh yeah.
So how do you build trust with a client, and what does that look like to someone that's trying to buy a home?
Well, for me, just the length of time I've been in the industry and all the things I've done, obviously that kind of builds trust. I know what I'm doing, but furthermore, it's more about the pressure. I'm not a pressure guy where the first time we meet, I'm making you sign all these binding contracts to work with me and stuff. Like, if you don't want to work with me, then that's fine. Go somewhere else. And, I want you to be comfortable. And so I think my at ease attitude puts comfort in people and kind of builds trust in that way. Like, they don't look at me like I'm a high pressure salesman, because I'm not. I don't like pressure.
It sounds like that you go, okay, like if you were just cut it down, 50% of the people are going to like you, 50% of the people aren't.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, well, I'm just going to mess with the 50% that does.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take care of those people.
Yeah.
And then I would assume then it feels like you're busy, but you're not busy. Like it feels balanced, right? On some level, like if it feels like you're in the zone, the realtor zone.
Yeah, because it's like when you're helping people that appreciate it and you're joking with and you're having a fun time with, it doesn't even feel like work. It's a cliche to say, oh, do what you love and it doesn't feel like work. But um, I do feel that way a lot of times. A lot of my clients, we are friends. We follow each other on social media, IG, whatever, and comment on each other's posts throughout the year about random stuff, has nothing to do with real estate. I meet my clients, after they close on houses. We go out for drinks and hang out. I truly try to become friends with my people.
You're affecting the circle that you can affect, correct?
Yeah.
You're affecting the people around you that you can have an effect on.
Yep, indeed.
And kind of put that energy out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, it's great.
And you like doing it.
Love it. Love doing it. Yeah. It's fun. It is fun. I really do enjoy it.
So do you remember when I asked you like, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? And you're like, I don't know. I'm nervous. Do you remember that thing?
That was, yeah.
Are you still nervous? Are you still nervous?
No, bro.
Is that just is that the whiskeys, or didn't you realize the production wasn't as big as you thought it was? You're like,
no, where
are all the cameramen and then like the tool time girl that like holds the clipboard?
The green room is pretty sweet. All the powder room is nice. Thanks for doing all the makeup for me. It was wonderful.
I mean, we try to, we had to sacrifice the nursery for the green room. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Poor kid.
Yeah. We painted her crib green and now she can't find it.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But then we just project on the wall. We just project her crib on the wall and watch her not be able to get into it.
Yeah. While she's chasing the dogs around with her finger.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, she's just
Good
like, she's now, I don't know what this means, but she's out of this phase. So it's not like this is an ongoing thing. Maybe it comes back. But she had this phase about kind of sticking her fingers close to my dog's rear end in the area you don't want to stick it in.
Yeah.
And so, but she's out of that phase. She's done with that.
It looks like chocolate when it comes out. Yeah.
Come on, easy.
I have two kids, brother.
I know. And I'm still waiting. Like, do you have a good like blowout diaper story? Like a good, like a really, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't have one. Man, that's good. They definitely occurred often, but I wouldn't say I was out in public anywhere and one occurred.
Now, just give me like
maybe in the car in their child's seat, and then like you get somewhere.
The diaper?
You get somewhere and it's just exploded everywhere, and it's a hot summer day in Texas, and you're like, you can smell it in the car, so you have to pull over and handle it. But like,
do your kids
used to go to Houston a lot, so going down I-10 and you can just start smelling it.
Do your kids, like when they were like, we'll say under like one, like while you're trying to put their diaper on, they try to do like backflips and shit. They're like trying to like get away from you, like they're doing like sarcastically. Did you have that?
Indeed.
Is that like, okay, so like this is my theory. That's new. Because I don't think I did that. Did you do that, you think?
I don't know.
No, there's no way we did that.
Yeah. I did wet the bed a long time, but hey, that's a whole nother topic.
I mean, what?
What? Okay. Where are we? Prank caller. Yeah, and trying to put them in their little onesies. That's always fun too, but that's a common occurrence with most parents.
Let's play a quick game just because I think it'll be interesting. And we can define it if you want to, but we don't have to. When you think of me, what's the first thing that you think of? And like, so just to kind of backstory it, like how long have we known each other?
Since 1997.
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a long time.
Yeah. A couple of days.
Do the math.
Yeah.
It's like
24.
Yeah. Okay. So
24 years. Over half my life. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
All right. So what's the first thing that you think of when you think of me? Because I can tell you mine and you'll know, like, I think it's funny.
Scotty Super G doing the golf dance.
Yes. Doing the golf dance. Yes.
That was not your fucking first time. I swear to God. Bullshit.
Well, what were we supposed to do? Like write them down and pass them to each other? Just trust me.
We were supposed to draw on a dry erase board and then turn them around at the same time like a dating show.
Why would I make that
Where's my dry erase board, asshole?
I didn't know we were going to do this.
Damn, that was great.
That's a really good idea.
Can we do knuckles?
Hey.
There we go.
Okay. All right. So
I have that picture at Gordo's.
Yeah.
We're both poloed out looking like frat boys doing the golf dance.
Okay. If you can keep people entertained for about 30 seconds, I'm going to try to get Aaron to get us some paper and we'll do the
Flashcards?
dating. We'll do the dating game. We're gonna do the dating game. Okay, hang on.
Flashcards.
Just tell them the quick story about the golf, like how the golf dance came to be.
Yeah, I got the golf dance. Yeah. So the golf dance. One of my best friends from high school, Gerard Hamilton. Gerard, I will tag you when this goes public. Was a Kappa at A&M, Kappa fraternity, and in their step dances, their shows, they learned they would do what's called the golf dance. So in knowing that, he was kind enough to introduce me to the steps. And knowing that I'm a white boy with some rhythm, he taught me how to do the golf dance. And so throughout my many, many years of dancing at clubs, parties, wherever, after a few whiskeys, I always had to break out the golf dance. So I handed that down to Scotty Super G.
Now let me ask you this:
What?
When you chose me, wait, I don't remember. Do I choose you?
Were we on a dating?
No, we're not on a dating game yet. Just hold on to your
notepad. It was a mutual agreement.
No, okay, so like I
mutually beneficial agreement.
No, hang on, but like I can't remember how it goes. Like, is it like when we get in the fraternity, I'm looking for a big brother and you're looking for a little brother, and we agree?
Both.
Okay. Did you know my dance skills before you said I'm going to pick this guy?
You kind of had the look. Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? I had to look. Go through this. Racially profile me or something over here.
You reminded me of myself.
But I can see that a lot.
Yes.
But you know what? You know what's weird is I was like,
well, we hung out for a long time before.
Yeah, because we worked together.
Ceremony occurred.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about before big bro, little bro ceremonies. I mean, we had drank a few times during Russian stuff, so we had conversations and we had the same taste in music and everything else. So
yeah, I just think
it's kind of a given that you were going to be probably a dancer.
I think.
Were you J-Lo backup dancer?
Yeah,
probably could have hooked up with her like the rest of them.
Like the rest of the dancers?
Her backup dancers. Didn't J-Lo hook up all her backup dancers?
I don't know, but
she married one or something.
But somebody wrote on like J-Lo was saying something about relationship advice, and then somebody commented, they're like, from the person that's got like more stones than Thanos, because she keeps collecting all these rings. And I was like, wow, that was tough. That was a rough one. Wow.
And Jamie Foxx, I knew her back when she was hey ho.
Yeah.
In Living Color.
That's funny. But yet, hey, golf dance.
Yes. Legit. That's a legit dance. I still teach it to this day.
To who? Who are you teaching golf dance to?
If I'm drunk in a club, I teach whoever wants to learn.
Okay, so
a lot of people don't want to learn, but I kind of force it down their throat.
Is that the rules of golf dance?
Yes.
Rule number 1 of golf dance.
Same with karaoke
nobody talks about golf dance. What?
Same with karaoke into Tupac. I kind of force that down people's throat too.
Like you do karaoke as Tupac?
Yes. Yeah, it's a brutal scene that only lucky few get to witness.
Hey, the only thing that would make it better is if you would take your shirt off and put a bandana around your head, and then I would be all in.
You don't know this story.
Is it? I mean, so is this a story that remember?
No,
is a story you want to tell?
Adult life. This is like within 5 years from today.
Look, there's whole shows on people that are too old to be doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? If it's funny, we could talk about it. But like, I mean, if you're just trying to prove a point that like you still do stupid shit, I still do stupid shit. You know what I mean?
So I took my shirt off.
What, at the karaoke bar?
Yes. And the only writing utensil that they had in there was one of those old classic Bic pens with the white tube, and you could pull the end out. You know. And
so what you do? Give yourself a jail tattoo right in the middle of the fucking thing?
They wrote like crap. Like you try to write on your skin with a Bic pen, it like draws blood. So I take my shirt off, I grab the Bic pen, and I write Thug Life across my stomach in a Bic pen. You couldn't even see the ink. It just made red marks because I'm, so fair skinned. And then I got up and rapped Tupac with my shirt off with Thug Life written across my stomach. This was about 5 years ago. I was in my upper 30s. Good times.
I've thrown up in an Uber in the last 5 years. So, but I was being responsible. I'm being responsible, guys. You just, that's all you have to do is be responsible.
Yeah. Just pay your cleaning fee.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah. Or blame your cleaning fee on somebody. Or, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, that was my Tupac karaoke story.
All right. Fuck, I don't know if I could do this. You tell me if we can do this, but we can't really. we got to show each other and just nod our heads. Okay. When we did Cheers and Jeers, do we even need to go through it, or do you already know what I'm thinking?
What was the most common one?
The one that just the one, the one.
Relating to me personally, or just the one?
No. If it's the one that we're thinking the same one, we have to like this is fraternity stuff. But I just want to see if we're the same. Okay. Is that okay?
This is the one that was in every single week's meeting.
Oh, I mean, it's already.
I can't read my handwriting.
Hey, just pass
one at a time.
Just pass it, and then just read it. Okay, and then just burn it, and just burn.
We're not gonna say we were right.
Yeah, we were right.
We were right. We guessed it. We guessed it.
For 2 for 2.
So what people don't know, Cheers and Jeers, it can happen in different group settings, but we would pass around a bag. You can either cheer on someone who did something good that week, someone that passed a test or whatever, or you jeer where you make fun of each other. That's what we did. Guy friends, it doesn't mean you have to be in a fraternity, but guys, we bust each other's balls, right? That's jeers. And so half the bag was always jeers, and probably 90% of the bag was jeers, and 10% was cheers. And so there was one very common.
There's one that it's just like it was every week, and so, but that's hilarious. When I think we talked about like that whole thing like recently, and that like that shit like bothered him, right?
The incident.
Yeah. And like I haven't. But I mean, I personally would kind of like to reach out to that dude and just go, "Hey, man, like, I mean, they're just don't even worry about it. Like, It's not. I mean, and you could go, oh, well, it's not happening to you. Well, I mean, but like, shit happened to me too. It's almost like
I've never been made fun of ever.
Oh yeah. Where do you?
In the last hour, I've not been made fun of.
Where do you? How do you even get your head through the hole of that shirt?
That is. Because it buttons down the front, asshole.
I had to do a wide angle lens just to get your ass in there.
That is.
You were like, can you see? You're like, can you say?
Like
you
a checkbook at Christmas, bro.
He goes, can you see my feet? And I was like, no, I can't see your feet because I get your head in the fucking shot. I can't put your feet in there.
That's fucked up. If Scott Kelly,
but this is Cheers and Jeers.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So my nickname was Heed. Okay.
Yeah.
Heed. And that came from Scott Kelly. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Brought some liquor.
Hey, but not on my floor. I just did the carpet. Yeah.
I'll pour out some liquor in my mouth.
Yeah. Hey, do you think he'd be impressed that I'm pouring out this kombucha? Like the pro, it's 6% alcohol. Kombucha.
So if they put horse piss in a can and add alcohol to it, would you drink it?
I don't know. What does it do for me?
Is it laced with anything?
Well, I mean, like what?
Is there any cocaine in it?
I mean, just what? Like this? Do I just like get strong?
Coca-Cola?
Is it like natural testosterone or something?
If it's directly from the horse, yes. But if it's been processed, you lose some of the testosterone. But then they can add herring sperm to it, which kind of ups the protein.
Is this what you talk about when you're doing real estate or what?
Yes. That's what adds value to a home. Depends on the kitchen layout. They have herring sperm.
I was trying to think. I'm not trying to do dead air. I was trying to think of just one more fraternity question because
any question.
I know it's not that interesting to everybody else.
Yeah, that bores.
But it is kind of cool that like we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, we just answered 2 questions without knowing our own thoughts correctly. We should go on a dating game.
Well, what kind of dating game would that
be?
I
don't know. Is there 2 straight guy dating game shows?
Well, we could just like, it could just be like, I love you, man. That's the name of the show.
Oh yeah, bro.
Like, bro.
What's the bro?
Bro code?
No, when you got love for a bro, what's that called? What's that called? Bro.
Love bromance.
Bromance. Yes, a bromance show.
Yeah, but I mean,
we'd crush it.
I think
like
so.
Like Fat Joe.
Like R.I.P.
Huh?
Fat Joe did?
No, he doesn't. He crushes a lot, right?
I know, but I think he died, didn't he?
Oh yeah, maybe. Rest in peace.
No. Hang on. Whoa. I didn't kill Fat Joe just now. Fat Joe is alive. Big Punisher is dead.
Oh, is he the one that
he crushed a lot?
Yeah.
Big Pun.
Gotcha. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot.
That's right.
Gotcha. We would crush it though.
Isn't that ironic that was like his only song and he weighed like 300 pounds?
All he did was crush it. Literally.
He crushed it everywhere.
Poor
everything.
Guy. Yeah. Should have let off the carbs and sugar.
Is that your dietary tips for Big Pun? Like
yes,
now that he's like gone?
That's from one fat guy to another. Bread and sugar. Cut it out. Moderation.
Yeah, moderation.
Yeah.
So you've lost some weight, right?
No.
I thought you said you had.
On the scale, no.
Okay.
But I've lost inches.
Okay, great. Perfect.
I am
So
physically changing.
Talk about like what you've been doing and talk about like what do you have trouble with? Like what's hard about like what you're doing like diet wise? Like, just like as if like thinking I want to bet a lot of people probably have similar feelings to you two about trying to lose weight. So talking about that might help somebody that's listening go like, hey, like I'm not the only person that struggles with this.
So I am 44 years old and I have had the worst eating habits my whole life.
Where did that come from? Did that come from you? Were your parents, did they eat well?
No, I mean, back then, I mean,
your parents,
growing up in the 80s and 90s.
Your parents divorced?
No.
Okay.
No, they're together. I have an older brother and my dad was a coach as well as a teacher.
So like long nights and stuff?
We just grew up around sports our entire life. Baseball, basketball, football, whatever. So there was always practices, training camps, games. We're just on the road, driving all around Texas, going to this and that, blah, blah, blah. So we ate out a lot. And, this isn't not blaming anyone because, it's your own choice on what you choose to eat. Even if you're eating out, you could still not get all the fried food and get something else. But anyway, so I grew up doing that, but I had a crazy metabolism. In high school, I was 6'2", $175. Like
not trying to say anything, but when I met you, your head was bigger, but it was only bigger because you were skinnier.
My head looks smaller now because I filled out.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But when I met you, you were thin. You were real thin.
We were about orange on a toothpick. I look like an orange on a toothpick.
Yeah, we were about the same.
I won't quit the group.
We had a very similar. What you have? You in a group? What kind of group?
Yeah,
the orange headed group.
The situation. Never mind. You can make fun of me.
Shut up.
Anyway, so
don't act like you're sensitive.
So what happened? I'm very sensitive. You're gonna make Tito pass me the tissues. So in college, I kept eating like crazy. August Moon. Oh my God. Remember that buffet at August Moon?
Mm-hmm.
Chinese place? Me and Mark Longhurst go there all the time. Anyway, so I kept eating the same way I always had and adding beer and keg stands and everything else we were doing. And my metabolism stopped. I gained 100 pounds by the time I graduated college.
That's crazy.
So I went from $175 to about 270. And I've held it ever since. I'm 44. So
it's getting heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, now I'm at 300. But then I played semi-pro football for a few years, and that was good because I was getting workouts in and stuff. But had knee surgery, so that affected my cardio. And so now it's just the hardest part is eating. I'm fine with working out regularly. I'm hitting weights 4 or 5 times a week, and that's all good. But it's just the bread and being another thing about being an agent. I'm always out on the road. I'm going between meetings and events and showings and things, and it's hard to eat a salad when you're driving down I-35. You know what I mean? So it's just the discipline of eating is my biggest problem. But
so just so everybody or anybody that's listening, if you don't already know this, surprise, the biggest problem with everybody is eating. I mean, that's the one thing that people struggle with the most, right?
This is not an aha moment for the world.
No, but
my God! No, but this guy struggles with his eating. No, he's a genius.
No, I'm not meaning that. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, what is it that you actually like struggle like with? Like, what part of it?
Discipline.
Of just like, so you say you go out to eat somewhere and you know the right stuff to pick. So why don't you pick it? And that's what I'm saying.
It's not as good.
I know it's not as good.
So that's the reason.
So, but you
discipline.
So what do you want more? Do you want
fettuccine Alfredo every day?
Do you want, hey, and you know what? Let's talk about that real quick. Okay. So this, if you come on the podcast We get dinner and drinks and stuff like that. It's like a kind of an experience. So I ask everybody on this little form that they fill out, what would they like to eat? What's their favorite food?
Damn it, bastard.
I didn't mess up.
I know.
Yeah, but like
I saw the grilled chicken on the menu.
No. That's not no.
Oh, okay.
You're not even,
All
no,
right,
no, just
gotcha.
stay with me.
Okay, gotcha.
So on his form, he put fettuccine Alfredo.
That's my favorite meal.
Yeah. So they have fettuccine Alfredo at the Grove, right?
They did? I didn't see it.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think they did.
I'm pretty positive.
Shit, I would have ordered it if I seen it.
And that was
I
my
was
question.
pressured. It was late at night. I was on my phone. I couldn't see. I have fat fingers.
I
Little
asked
screen.
you like 2 days before. I had to text you again to remind you.
Bro,
I had to remind you.
If it's not doing an hour, I'm not looking at it.
Look, I'm not in charge of your diet. You're in charge of your diet.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think that, you know, everyone that the point that you made of just like, it's just not as good or what, like, it's the one point where most people, I think, struggle.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just trying this drink, which is it's a kombucha with alcohol in it. And when I showed it to Jody, Jody's like, I'm not drinking that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
what has pineapples on it? Is that the swinger kombucha?
No, it's not upside down. Oh, they are
upside down pineapples on the can. I think that's only for swingers.
But they're cut in half. What does that mean?
I heard that's what.
I don't know. I've heard something about pineapples too.
Yeah,
I
don't know anything about pineapples.
Okay. Anywho,
I played the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Anywho, so I try stuff like you have to try to find things that you like that are like good. It's just like
and
it's like nothing's gonna be as good as queso.
Don't get it twisted. I went to the grocery store and I loaded up, eggs, meat, salads, vegetables, got a little bit of fruit, natural fructose. Eat it in the morning, you're fine. Loaded up on all of it. And I'll be good. I'll eat all that for 4 days. And then that 5th day will come and I'm tired, or I'll have a really good day and I'm in a great mood. And I'll be like, hey, let's go grab a drink and eat dinner. And then I'll just go crazy. Chips and salsa and get a chimichanga with some queso on it. So it's just, I can't stay the whole 7 days a week, 4 weeks a month, whatever. It's just so hard. I know that's
and we talked about intermittent fasting, right? We talked about that.
Yeah, we have personally.
Yeah.
And I've tried that before too. Where you only eat like 5 hours a day.
No, it's not 5 hours a day.
4 hours a day.
It's not 4 hours.
2.5 hours.
It's not. It's a window.
Okay, gotcha.
You decide your own window.
Yeah. I need a Windows update. Maybe that'll help.
Well, I mean, like, what are you running? Windows 95?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, like, I'm just throwing out like suggestions and topics and things because I'm here to say, not all my clients are the same. Like if we're talking about my job, like not all my clients are the same. It's a different approach with everyone. And you have to find the things that work best for you. And your neighbor's diet isn't necessarily going to be your diet. You know what I mean? And so like when I talk to you about it and we talk about it personally, I just throw things out and going like, hey, we'll just try these things. Like you never know.
Yeah.
Like I'm comfortable in the way I eat and how I eat at this point. Like, I feel like I'm trying to eat healthier than I've ever eaten before. You know what I mean?
And don't get it twisted. I mean, I feel better now than I have in years. Like
that's
like
good.
When
though.
I get out of the shower and I'm standing in front of the mirror, I'm like, man, I'm looking good. Like I'm getting thinner here. My shoulders are getting broader. I can see changes happening, but I just know it'd be faster if I was really, really dialed in. I would already be kind of more where I want to be. So
do you want me
it's a slower process doing it my way.
What? Okay.
My way.
Yeah.
USHERRAYM.
Yeah.
OND. What?
So do you want me to tell you, do you want me to tell everyone what would speed up your process?
Tell the world.
Tremendously. Do you know what it is?
Is this global?
Yeah, this is worldwide, bro.
If we're
on Spotify, it's worldwide.
If we
I'm on YouTube.
Populate Mars, will this go all the way to Mars? So could this be universal?
But why would Jeff Bezos listen to my fucking podcast?
Oh, that's true.
He's only going to afford to get there. Like, what?
Yeah, well,
hey, you too can go to Mars for $400,000. I was like, maybe I'd want a house.
You can go die on Mars.
Yeah, die here, die.
All right.
Hey, look,
be universal. Tell the universe.
No, you tell me. You know what it is. You tell me. I don't have to tell you. You know what it is. What is the one thing that you're doing right now that if you stop doing it, it would speed up the process 100%? think? Just it's easy.
Probably drinking.
Yes, you were absolutely right.
See?
But-
Wait, did you look at my drink? Did you subtly give that away?
Did I go like this?
But
did I go like? Are we doing?
Okay.
Are we doing a sponsorship for Four Roses now? Because I bought the wrong
Four
one.
Roses. Russell Davis.
Hey,
he turned me on to Four Roses.
Thank you, Russell Davis. But
Amen,
you turned him on
Russell
to the more expensive one, and I bought the cheaper one, and he got all butthurt about it.
Russell, what's going on with my investment in Costa Rica? We need to talk about that, by the way.
I mean, just go throw Russell out under the bus, like on.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
Fucking his Chinese connections are.
Love you, bro. Love you. So drinking.
Yeah. What about?
I do crave a sugary ass margarita every now and again, but if I am in my zone and working out and stuff, I'll just stick to vodka soda with a lime.
Okay, but what?
So that's okay, right, Mister? Hey, trainer.
What? Hey, no,
trainer boy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you,
soldier boy. What?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I meant not drinking, bro. Not like the kind of alcohol you're drinking, like straight up, like not drinking.
Vodka is just rubbing alcohol. Are there carbs in vodka? It's made from potatoes.
Just okay.
But look, the way that ice hits, it sounds so pretty.
I'm drinking right now. You know that, right?
I know, but you're not fat.
No, because I really don't drink. Like I don't know how to tell you. You know what I mean?
Oh. So what do you do for enjoyment?
I feel like I smoke marijuana.
Oh, see, I don't do that often.
Well, I mean, like, I view it as a healthier way of relaxing. So, and it works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. It's just like diets or anything else.
Yeah, I know the drinking part. It's tough too, but I'm not a big beer guy. That's the worst, right? Beer. Or it doesn't matter.
It's.
Jesus, roll your eyes at me.
No,
Are we breaking up right now?
Did you say Jesus? No,
Jesus?
we're in a relationship. We're gonna fight, Jody.
Okay,
it's just part of part of a relationship.
We'll grow.
Yeah,
we'll grow from what we learn about each other.
That's the whole thing. See, like guys can have a fight and grow, kind of maybe. You know, I don't know.
That's a true bromance right there.
Well, I just think that like, I don't know, I think we were talking about earlier, just like the friendship aspect of a relationship and how important that is. Like, you know what I mean? That like all stuff is important, but you have to feel like you said you like, you know, like the relationship has to like, you want to go do things with people, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, you know,
being a social butterfly.
But if that, like, you have to find your person that does that.
Yeah.
Right. And it's important. Right. And I think that lack of that in a relationship can cause it to be imbalanced. And so it's hard to make that work when it's not balanced. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all.
Good call.
Yeah.
You're talking about bromance relationships there or regular relationships?
I'm talking about any relationship.
Mm.
Any relationship with any relationship with any person.
Gotcha.
I mean, it has to be like, do you trust me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you trust me, we should never have to worry about anything. I would never intentionally do something to you to hurt you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a point of trust.
Yeah. No, that's the whole thing. It's the free fall of fucking relationships.
Yeah. But it's like, you talk to people and, girls, guys, whatever type of relationship, guys are this way too. Everyone's like, oh, I need my alone time.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
I don't know. It's just everybody's different, but I've never felt that way. I mean, I do enjoy sometimes, just being in the house, vegging out, Netflix binge. But even then, it's like, even when I'm watching a cool Netflix show, I'm like, I kind of like wish someone was there that we could be like, oh man, did you see that? Or laugh about it, It still sucks doing it alone.
So, okay. I don't know if you know this, but it's not a surprise. Me and Aaron have separate rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not know that, but
okay. So she has her own room and I have my own room. Right. And I know exactly what you mean. You're like, like someone to cuddle with. It's like Netflix, blah, 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 whatever. But like, wow. Like, you don't know what it's like to have your own bed anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and like she will come and we'll watch movies together in bed. And sometimes we sleep together and sometimes she goes back to her bed. It's just like, so there's no pressure to like feel any certain way or do any certain thing. Yeah. And I think it works for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And The only thing I worry about is trying to explain it to my daughter. Like, Mom, Dad, how come y'all don't sleep in like same rooms?
Yeah.
And it's like, but we do. You know what I mean?
I've had relatives that have done that for different reasons.
My mom and dad started doing it, and then I was just like, "Are y'all getting divorced?" And they're like, "No, your dad just snores."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people do it for different reasons, and some people are lighter sleepers than others, and this and that. But then there's also the negative reason of you don't like the person, you're not getting
But
along.
I mean, like
right?
if you're a person that likes to be next to somebody,
Mhm.
then you better should have fuck be with somebody that likes to be next to people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like Erin put it to me like this. She was like, "It's hard for me to sleep next to people. Do you want me to not sleep?" And I was like, "Well, no. Like I want you
Yeah, yeah,
not." She goes, "Well, I gotta go sleep somewhere else then." And so I
yeah.
was just like, "Okay, well, have your own bed." But we like, like, I mean, we hang out and watch TV and do stuff all the time. It's just like it's like the whole house is ours.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
if she has
wouldn't.
a space she can go to if she needs her own. If she's the kind of person she likes her own time, and so if we had a room we shared, she wouldn't have a space that was hers. That's what works for her. You know,
Yeah,
you said you don't necessarily have to have that. You know,
and that's why you're in the garage. I get it.
yeah. That's why I'm out here. Like, you can't see it, but my cot is on the other side of that.
Oh yeah,
I just
is it got the cushion, the padding?
the padding.
Those are nice cots.
Did you want to talk about shoes? You mentioned something about, or before we got started, about talking about shoes.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're definitely a sneakerhead. But I was just curious what size you wore because I need some of these kicks. But I think
I mean, bro,
I'm 13, 14, so I'm just, and I don't want to crease your kicks. So
wait, were you borrowing them, or what are we doing here?
I don't know.
Am I just giving you
Just
shoes?
shoot some promos.
You just
Jody Allen Realtor with the kicks. Yeah.
well, why don't I'll just send you pictures of my feet. Well, we don't.
Oh,
We just
I'm not into. I don't have a foot fetish.
No, but no, I'm not saying pictures of my feet for you to.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going bromance on me.
Well, I know. I don't know what you're into, bro. Are you into feet? If you're into feet, I'm not sending you pictures.
No, I'm not a foot fetish guy.
Okay, yeah. So I can send you pictures. I don't have to worry about, like, you pass it on your foot fresh friends.
Yeah, I'll post it friends. There's some websites out there. What'd you say about pineapples?
No.
Where are we? No. I love the sneakers. I follow all your posts, and the '89 Jordans were the best ever. The low tops.
The '89 Jordans.
The '89, the low top ones. You don't have them. Those are my favorite. Are they the first one on the left? Is that them? Those are the '89s, isn't it? With that mesh.
Well, that's Jordan 4. They might have been worn in '89.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, it was the year. For
yeah.
you know the number of them.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, it's because it's my thing. So, yeah, I mean, if I didn't know, that'd be fucking weird.
Yeah. And I think those were after it. The ones with the flame on the side. Are those the 90 Jordans?
For all the people that can't see.
Are those fives?
Okay, for everyone.
Was I right? Are those fives?
Huh?
Are those fives right there? With the flame on the side?
Yeah, well, hey, get your phone out real quick.
Si, senor.
Okay. And then just film what you're talking about over there so that everybody that watches this, I can, like, put the fucking video up because no one knows what you're talking about. It's just like
so here we go. We got the fancy curtain over here.
It's just to protect the shoes.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful. Anyways. Okay.
So the top left over there are the '89 Jordans, or as Scotty Super G calls them, Jordan.
As everyone 4s. On the planet calls them, except for Jody.
'89. Yeah. '89 Jordans.
And what year were the next ones?
Right next were the '90 Jordans, which are the fives.
He's just making shit up.
With the flame on the side. Because they're fucking fire. Love Michael Jordan. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to stop the video.
Yes, thank you. Anyways.
Now, what am I doing with this?
Just you send it to me later. Don't worry about it right now.
So, who's your top 3 NBA ever in the history of the game?
Like that I like?
No, the best ever players in NBA history. Who are your top 3? Jordan number 1?
Yeah. It's just
okay.
I mean, you could easily argue it, but like it's just my era. That's my dude.
Well, he didn't stack his team.
I
heard other stars stack their teams.
Look, here's what you got to understand. As basketball evolves, right?
Yeah.
Like, this ain't like the 1950s and like people doing hook shots and stuff.
Yeah.
You know
they're not shooting into peach baskets still.
Yeah, no. So you would be stupid not to evolve with the game of basketball to have some sort of purity around, like, like, oh, we're not going to stack. Like, I want to win.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
so you have the ability. Why wouldn't you do it? You have to get those cats to take less money. They have to. I mean, it's not like they're wanting to be there too. It's not all of them are getting paid. You know what I mean? And so, like, if those cats want to show up and they're still running around and he wants to run with that, You talk about LeBron and the Lakers or what?
I heard there was a guy named LeBron.
Yeah.
Everybody said, I don't follow it enough. I don't really know.
I'm
just what about Kobe? What about Black Mamba? Rest in peace.
Well, how do I feel about Kobe?
I mean, he got what? He's got the second most. He got 80 points in one game behind Wilt Chamberlain. Like,
yeah,
that dude. If there was, I don't know, behind Jordan, he's more of a clutch player than LeBron. I think that I would give the ball to Kobe 100% of the time.
Let me tell you,
if we needed a basket.
This is just my personal opinion, and so there's like you can at me and say I'm wrong. I don't give a shit. Like, whatever. Kobe was just he was a copy of it was what that was Jordan.
I know that was Jordan. Everybody agrees Jordan's the best.
Yeah, but there's already a Jordan. There's already a Jordan. So like we don't.
So like, number two has to be different.
It doesn't happen. No. I'm just saying, like, I like the fact that LeBron did it his way, whatever his way is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, now Kobe and Jordan were close, and like that's the whole thing, and that's fine. And he's great. He was great. He was great.
Yeah.
But I just I like the diversity of like Jordan is not Wilt, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm like, it's just like with the people that came along in the game and kind of just changed it and pushed it. It's what Magic did. Like I find that those people are more interesting, and I just don't. I mean, Kobe carried it's like he carried on the legacy, but he didn't necessarily. Don't at me, Alex, about Kobe, like one of my boys. Like it just like that's just my personal opinion. Look, I also like Allen Iverson, and so like a lot of people don't like Allen Iverson. I don't care. I think that
practice.
We talking about practice. I think that in the game of basketball, he moved the needle in basketball. Mm-hmm. The way LeBron moved the needle, the way that Jordan moved the needle. There's not very many guys that do that. Kobe did move the needle. But I feel like it was a carrying on of his legacy.
Yeah.
And like what's really sad is you look at like what the Spurs did, and you just go, you don't know those guys the same way. But they pushed basketball so far.
Yeah, they were their own little dynasty there.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were a dynasty.
With Duncan and everything. Yeah. I mean, they were unstoppable for years.
I hate it. I just hate it
because they didn't have any Duncan's a badass, but they didn't have any standout guy like Kobe or Jordan or LeBron. It was just like a bunch of good dudes that gelled together and crushed people. It was amazing.
Kind of like the Lakers.
Yeah, with Kobe.
No,
Shaq.
Right now.
Oh yeah,
it's the same thing.
Okay, yeah. Again, I don't follow it that.
What kind of basketball do you think LeBron's running over there? He ain't running no ISO.
Let's talk about March Madness.
Let's talk about March Madness.
Let's talk about Michigan. What's Michigan up to?
What Michigan ain't nothing. They ain't up to nothing.
STFU, bro.
I mean,
STFU.
Hey, good luck with that coach. You know what I mean?
Dude, why the hell can't UT ever have a good basketball team?
We're gonna look. I love sports, and I'm gonna end this conversation real quick, and then we're gonna dive into this fucking helmet because I gotta ask you something deeper than like what's Michigan football gonna do this year. So let me tell you something. The best that Michigan can ever do in this current situation is third. That's the best.
Talking about football?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to tell you why.
Alabama, OSU?
Okay. So the best, I'm correct that the best they can do is fourth.
Oh, fuck.
Because you got Clemson.
Oh, Clemson.
I mean, you got Clemson. You have Ohio State, and you have Alabama.
Yeah.
So just take some W's, go party. Like don't put some sweat on it. Don't fire that guy just because like he's just not as good as those top three.
Oh, that guy, that Harbaugh guy?
Yeah, that Harbaugh guy.
He's got a pretty famous name. Does he
have
sneakers? Does he have sneakers like Jordan?
Huh?
What? Does he have his own sneakers?
Harbaugh?
Got them khaki pants.
Oh, that's going to sound horrible on the mic.
Sorry, I clanked the mic.
Jesus Christ.
Mic check 1 2. You still on?
Yeah, it's
Breaker 19.
Yeah, it's
on. DOS effects.
Yeah.
I mean, just talking in the mics makes me think of DOS effects for some reason. DOS effects.
Hey, we would have definitely missed that question on the
definitely.
So something I like to do when the conversation seems like it's not going anywhere or we're just talking about dumb shit is I have a space helmet and I pull questions from it because this is this is a Houston space themed podcast kind of sort of.
Didn't know we're on such a.
Anyways, so reach in there and grab, and if it's dumb or we don't like it or if we ain't gonna talk about it,
this is hard to angle.
We can use your other hand, you know that, right?
Oh, give it a reach around.
Yeah, I mean. Golly, do you just want me to do it?
Yeah, you get it.
Jesus.
I'm too fat.
Well, that's why. That's why.
I carry it well, though. That's
It's
what they
like,
say.
oh, this is pretty good. Okay.
C, all of the above.
If you could instantly become an expert at something, what would it be? I can already tell you what mine is.
If I could become an instant expert at something.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I changed my mind. Anyways, like, well, you do yours
Any
first.
topic in the world?
Like, yeah, just if you could become an expert at something, I mean, I could give you some choices.
More than I already know about something?
I mean, like, I know that there's only a small amount that you don't know. And so, like, there's not much to pick from. But, like, I mean, if you could just pick from something that.
Well, I wouldn't pick something I already know a lot of stuff about. So I would want to learn something new and be an expert at it.
Okay.
So probably
archery.
I would pick curling. Yeah, I want to be an expert curler.
That'd be kind of cool, though. Can you imagine?
That's like the ultimate dad sport.
No, hey,
like our Olympic team looks like a bunch of dads. They just got done barbecuing, and they're like, I'm gonna go curl.
Well, that's because that cornhole isn't in the Olympics yet.
Yes, that's true.
Once but that makes could you imagine? Could you imagine like you rolling up I guess Canada? Is that where they do curling a lot?
Where it's cold,
and
because it's on ice.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying like Canada's into curling, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So like, hockey. So you roll up to Canada, and they're
ice fishing.
They're like, who's the new guy? I was like, I don't know. Like, he's got a big ass head though, and there's an underground. Yeah, there are underground like rumblings about you, and then you just come in and start taking people's money. You're just like, they're like, what? And then it's the action shot of you just like slamming like curling. What are they called? Stones.
Yes.
Like just slamming, bam, bam.
It's kind of like a hustler in billiards or something. Yeah, but I'm a curling hustler.
And then you're just laying in a hotel room on money, naked with like because you're the curling
with
hustler.
An Irish Speedo. I'd be wearing an Irish Speedo.
What is an Irish Speedo?
A Speedo with an Irish flag on it.
Oh, I thought
because I'm kind of Irish looking.
I thought an Irish Speedo was like a term for like something else.
Oh, like a hit of speed in Ireland?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that could be it.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
If I was okay, somebody. So
what would yours be?
Hang on a second.
Okay.
We don't leave this subject yet.
Okay, sorry.
If someone said, did you said you were wearing an Irish Speedo?
Yeah, so I wouldn't be naked.
So it would be like you paint your penis like the flag or something like that.
Orange, white, and green. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. And a shamrock. There'd be a shamrock.
What would a shot called the Irish Speedo
consist of?
It's just like whiskey and green dye.
You get some good stuff. Yeah.
No. Okay. What would mine be?
Yeah.
I really think.
Are you gonna be serious?
Yeah. I mean, not like I'm gonna be more serious than you, but I mean.
Well, I mean, my go-to would be real estate, right? I mean, that's what I want to be an
expert in real estate.
More, yeah. I mean, there's always stuff to learn. I mean, I know a shit ton, but
so what do you think?
There's always something else to learn. But.
What do you think is holding you back right now? Like, what do you think? What's your plan next to like elevate your knowledge? Like, what are you doing to get better? I guess.
Just different types of transactions. Actually, I mean, I got my license originally to get into commercial stuff, so I'm doing a lot more commercial. But I really don't know. It's like you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't know what there is out there that I don't know
what you're talking about. So how would I know?
Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
But I actually am a peg sounding board for a lot of people who call me with questions all the time. So
I think that's great though.
So I don't really know. I mean, obviously I don't know everything because I mean, my broker's phenomenal and I go to him with questions, but more, not really questions about, what do I do in this situation, but more about, I need your help with this because I know this is
bro. I think that's doing right by your clients, right? Like you don't know, and so like you're gonna go talk to somebody that does know, so that you can give your clients the best service. That's great though. I mean, like I think that sometimes people they're scared to go, I don't know, and like I'm not afraid to tell you I don't know. That doesn't mean I can't find out. Like because people come to me with like crazy diets and things like that, or have you heard of this? I'm like, no, I haven't heard of it. I have no idea. You know what I mean?
And you don't have to, you can just, you don't necessarily have to say the words, I don't know. I'm saying, that's a good question. I'm going to find that out. I'll get an answer to you in the next couple hours.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's your roundabout way of saying you don't really necessarily know, but no, I mean,
I would I personally would be afraid of someone that I felt like knew everything.
Yeah.
Because like, how possibly could you know
No,
everything
you're never going to know everything about
Right.
any topic.
about any topic? You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
sure what's his face that
Who? What?
passed away in the wheelchair. What was his name?
Hawking?
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. What'd he say?
He knew everything.
He said he knew everything.
No, I'm just saying a guy like that. Like
Oh,
he
okay.
could walk, he could roll into a room and be like, I know everything. And
No, he
you're not
actually
gonna
couldn't do that.
question
Well,
that.
at the end, he could do that, right?
Yeah.
Like, didn't he have a voice thing at the end, like a computer would talk for him or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. He could look, I believe, on the screen and spell out words. It's crazy.
We can't
But I
even.
saw the-
Hey,
I
and we
saw the
can't. And we can't even
documentary.
vote online. This guy's
Yeah,
talking with his
look at-
eyeballs.
We can't even vote online. Yeah. It's fraud. It was fraud. But no, I saw the documentary on, I guess it was Netflix, one of those channels, about the black hole, how they're trying to figure out the imagery of what a black hole actually looks like. And they're starting to figure out where black holes, how they start, and that they actually have matter in them. Crazy. And it was all backed by Stephen Hawking. He kind of was involved with it. He passed away during the thing, but it's
That's
really
crazy, man.
I'm really into a lot of that type stuff. I like Neil deGrasse and
Oh yeah.
I like a lot of that
So
stuff.
give me. So I like stuff like that. Give
One of
me
the best podcasts I've ever listened to in my life.
is what?
Joe Rogan, Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, that I
Talking about just space and just things, and he just blows your mind. That's amazing.
So so what do you like about that cat? Like, because I follow that guy on Twitter. Like, I'm familiar with him, but apparently not as
deGrasse?
familiar. Yeah.
Man, I'm not saying I would necessarily believe with everything his he does every now and again get political and stuff, and I don't necessarily believe with all his stances on that type of things, but his vast knowledge of just the universe in general just floors me. Like, he taught me how ice truly melts. Like, you think it just melts because it gets hot, but
So what happens? What
pressure, because
the
water,
pressure of air?
just physical pressure will melt ice the fastest because ice is expanded water. So if you compact it, that will make it melt quicker. If you get a piece of ice and you squeeze it, it melts faster.
So it's not because we're hot.
Well, heat will melt it
I
too.
don't know. I'm asking.
Because
I didn't see this
it
thing.
freezes based on temperature. So he explained how ice skates work and the fine blade of an ice skate. And what makes you stay in track is the pressure of that blade, the fine blade pushing down on the ice. It's milliseconds. It's actually melting the ice as you're skating. And that's how ice skaters have grip. You're actually carving into the ice because the pressure of the blade is melting a rut into the ice. It's insane. I'm not properly describing it.
No, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, it was awesome. But stuff like that. It just
So
things that are everyday stuff that you take for granted, or not take for granted, but you just don't have any clue how it really works. And he explains a lot of that stuff.
Do you know? I don't remember if you said this to me, but it's been said to me.
Was it smart?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, no.
If it was smart, it's probably me.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But I as I'm doing this process, I've asked people to be on the podcast, and they always go, "Well, like, why would you ask me?" Right? I don't know. Did you say that to me?
No.
Yeah, you were like, "I'm all in."
Yeah, I figured you'd come to me first.
But like, it to your point, I think part of what has made this process so interesting is like, for the people that have listened so far, these are just kind of like my friends and acquaintances and people I know and old friends and whatever. But the understanding of like the everyday of how we are all kind of the same. You know what I mean? Like, you understanding like the ice skates and how it splits the ice, like such a simple thing, and there's something to it. I think other people hearing other normal stories about people and things they go through and stuff like that, it brings us closer together and not so polarized. You know, like, and just trust me when I say this. Okay, the first words come out of my mouth, you're gonna be like, "Fuck," and just go with me.
Okay.
So I told you were the only person so far that has told me you didn't want to talk about a subject, and it was politics, right?
Correct. And I have a reason for that.
I don't blame you. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. It's not fun at all.
Well,
and even when you try to make it fun, it's not fun.
What do you think my reason is, though?
Is it like your career? Like, do you worry about?
Correct.
Yeah. Which is like, I think is like, that's your right. That's your right is
Right.
to do that. Right. I guess that's also part of what makes it not fun is because you feel like you can't be honest. Right. And like, No, I'm
Yeah.
not honest. You can't feel like you can voice you can't just have an opinion. Like you feel like you can't have an opinion.
Correct. Yeah.
And
I feel like
and I think no matter
half my clients would
yeah,
maybe
no
not
matter
want to
what
talk to
side
me
you
anymore
fall
or
on,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah,
There's no right side.
yeah,
Yeah.
no matter what side you fall on, somebody's going to
Mhm.
disagree with you. Hey, welcome to life.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was what I was kind of saying earlier. Anything you do, 50% of the people are going to like you, 50% are going to hate you.
Mhm.
Just go ahead and just don't even mess with the other 50% and just stick with the people that stick with your circle. You don't have to like, if everybody did that, I feel like we'd cross over each other and just kind of it would be a lot better. It's a very hippie dream, but I mean, like it just like, it just sucks.
Yeah.
And so like, why would you want to talk about it? Why would you want to talk about politics? I didn't blame you. I saw it and I was like, well, yeah, of course. It was more
Yeah.
interesting that like you were the first one to tell me I don't want to talk about it because I thought it would have happened sooner. Actually,
Yeah.
I thought within the first
Someone
couple
else would have said it
or
because
somebody
it's
else,
so heightened right now.
or just somebody
Hell,
would
even COVID's politicized.
yeah,
Wearing a mask is politicized.
well,
Everything.
like or like religion, like no one's so far said anything about religion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like it just it's just interesting. You know what I mean?
What's religion again?
So it's like this thing like people
okay.
they
Gotcha.
believe in it.
Yeah.
And then and then they get mad if you don't believe in the one they believe in.
Yes. Yes.
But it really doesn't matter because if you believe in the one you believe in and that person believes in the one they believe in, everybody just believes in what they want to believe in.
Yeah.
But you're more worried about the people that don't believe what you believe. And it doesn't matter.
Yeah. More worried about other people.
Like I practice trying to be a good Christian. We actually went to the same church.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Okay.
Hill country.
And so I try to practice it as much as I possibly can. I just try to be the best version of me. I don't know if that's like a good Christian or not. I'm just trying to be the best version I can. And to me, that looks like what a Christian should be.
Yeah. I think there's a hashtag, don't be an asshole. I mean, that's a pretty good mantra to live by.
It's just like.
Unless you're going slow in the fast lane. Sorry. Because I got places to freaking be and
look,
you're an asshole.
Opinions are like prescriptions. Okay. It has to be the right time. It has to be the right amount. You can't just go throwing your opinions down somebody's throat. There's a proper way to go and deliver your opinion. And and people get upset that they don't take that into consideration. They try to deliver their opinion. It's not received well. And it's like, well, you picked the wrong time. You picked the wrong approach. You picked the wrong group. Like you picked the wrong, like you have to be open to that. Then everybody's going to agree with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I just think, okay, I'll dabble in a little political talk.
You don't have, no. Let me get it straight.
I'm not going to preface one side or the other.
No, that's totally fine. But what I want to, and this is great that we're actually talking about what you didn't want to talk about. I think that's fantastic. But what I want you to know is I didn't bring that up to talk about it. I just brought it up because it was interesting. And I was sure, like, there's a lot of feelings around that. And it makes sense. And that's sad. It's sad that we can't talk about politics. Like, because I always say all my friends are cool. Like all my friends, like I get along with like all my friends are like great.
Yeah.
They all believe in different things, and I could just give a shit less. Like I just like whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? And it's weird that like everything we see online is so divisive and divided. When like none of my friends are like that. Like you know what I mean? They just
we're all like,
they all have opinions. You know what I mean? Anyways.
I mean, I lived in the Austin area, native Texan, and I've lived in this area since 1989. We moved here, middle school, high school. And, Austin's a unique place, a lot of very hardcore beliefs and different stuff. And as we all have aged, my high school friends and stuff, and we're all connected on social media and everybody's real opinionated on stuff. And I guess my take on it is that I think.
This is your small dabble in politics, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Both sides have their faults. And if you're not grown up enough to realize that your side is shit and the other side is shit too, then you're just an ostrich with your head in the sand because they're both shit. Okay. So, I mean, you can say I'm middle of the road, whatever, but I mean, I know I have liberal friends that are really into guns. Right. So
that is weird.
Totally chaos. Well, they are Texan though.
How they exist? That's like a black cowboy.
To be a liberal Texan, you like guns, right? So, and then, I have supposedly staunch conservative friends that are totally cool with legalizing marijuana or whatever and having a little bit of gun control, right? So, I mean, I think that everybody, when you really get down to it, if you really forget the fucking puppets and the talking heads, and you really looked at the platforms of each side, I think most people, they might have a majority on one side, but nobody's going to be 100% on everything. And that's, I don't know. I struggle with that and how people are so bashing the other side all the time. I'm like, just chill out. Hashtag, don't be an asshole.
Hey, here's my one thought, right? How come there's no one to represent all these people in the middle? Why do those people not have a representative?
Exactly. I think we should have 3 or 4 parties.
And so I feel like
I got another idea too.
I feel like there's a lot of like, in my opinion, there's a lot of solutions, and like those aren't even really being explored, and I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
like
one crazy side versus the other.
I mean, like, so it's like I'm cynical at best when it comes to like politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I just think we could do more. We could do more, but we just don't, and I don't know why. And like I don't know how to, like, I don't know how to fix it. I just live here.
Money.
Sure.
Money. It's all about money.
That's, I mean, like,
they'll only do as much as their people that give them money tell them to do.
That's all right. You want me to hear my really cool thing I wrote?
Yeah. All right. A song, a poem?
No, it's what kind of, it's like
haiku?
It's a haiku of sorts.
What is a haiku? 747 or something?
I can't believe you knew. I don't know.
Is that right?
I get, like,
see, I know everything.
Don't at me about that. So I said, what does a, what? Oh, I didn't. It's not really a haiku.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe you got to 4. Do you know what comes after that? What do poor Democrats and poor Republicans have in common?
Meth.
I mean, they probably do share meth. I mean, I don't know. They're not sharing meth with each other though.
Oh yeah, because they hate each other.
Yeah, but those rednecks, they're gonna hold on to that meth.
Yeah,
they ain't going nowhere.
That's not the answer.
Meth? No, it's not the answer.
Oh, okay, all right. Go.
But I like it. You do have another one?
What do poor Democrats and poor Republicans have in common?
Mm-hmm.
Besides meth?
Besides meth, yes.
Oh, no.
They're probably not involved in politics.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you think that,
because if it's not going to affect you financially, you don't.
Well, if you
care.
think that like anybody is that there's not on equal, like, it's like the concept that, like,
I disagree.
Okay. Proceed.
Because I think more so on the Democratic ticket, there's more political justice type issues that poor people might still care about. Whereas on the other side, the Republican side, it's like,
it's just
I don't think they care about social justice as much.
It's just their sales pitch. That's their sales pitch.
Yeah, exactly. They don't really do anything about any of it.
Right. It's just their,
like, there's not, but like, they don't pass a bunch of laws that help.
But like, I mean,
in social injustices.
Like, it's a good, like, okay, I want you to think of like every other country. It's good their people are poor, right?
What?
It's good for the government that their people are poor.
Oh, for control.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so as long as we have poor people, like
dependents.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be a struggle. And that has no race, no color. Like, there's poor people fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, but that class is needed to make this whole thing turn, it, like, in a weird, really messed up way, I think.
Yeah.
But but I just think this is like, I don't have to affiliate with any kind of political party to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like, I mean, you know what I mean? I give it some observation. Like, you know, like this is me. Like, growing up in a small town in Texas with a fairly conservative family in a very conservative town. And, you know, I know what's on Fox News. I already know what's on there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very aware of what's on Fox News.
As well as CNN.
But
it's like, it's both. You know what's on each side.
But what I'm saying is like, so I watch a lot of CNN just trying to understand what the hell's going on there. You know what I mean? And like, they're just things I just don't understand. And I don't know why. I don't know why I don't understand. And like, and we don't have to get into the why. I know that you know. I can see in your face that you know the why. But like, I'm just saying, like, I'm trying. Well, I'm just trying to educate myself with this crappy 2 versions.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? It's like, this is what it's like. I'll tell you what it's like. It's like you live in a small town, and you're a young lad. Okay. And there's
Irish
nowhere.
Shar, like an
there's-
Irish lad.
There's nowhere.
Am I wearing a
hey,
Speedo?
There's nowhere to buy Playboys. There's no internet, and so you're just like, I mean, I think that Sears catalog's around here somewhere
The lingerie section
or whatever.
I heard.
But I mean, that's the version. Hey,
I heard
that's the version of politics we're getting. It's like
the Sears catalog.
It's a Sears catalog version of politics.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I think everybody just wants real.
They want Playboys.
Yeah, they want Playboys.
Well, some of them want Hustler too, or that's another one I heard. So
wait, you have a boy and a girl, right?
Correct.
How old's your boy?
5.
Okay. What if you like
soccer champion of the world?
So he wouldn't do this because like he's not even gonna know what a magazine is. But we'll just say he did know what a magazine was.
Yeah.
Right. And like
Home
he's like 13 or whatever, and you like lift up his mattress. And what is the magazine that like you pull out that you would be like that's weird? Like Home and Garden. If you pulled out like, why is he hiding the Home and Garden? Or why is he hiding?
We hid ours in record cases.
What?
Me and my older brother.
So we mean hit him in
Mom,
record cases.
Please don't listen to this.
Oh, what's she gonna do now?
Like
bro?
we had Michael Jackson Thriller, and we would take the records out and
Where'd you put the record?
Hustlers in them.
Where'd you put the record?
And another one, it would be in there with Def Leppard or some shit.
Anybody ever find y'all's like secret stash? Like,
No, because they just look like records.
Did you and your brother share? Did y'all share?
Not at the same
collection?
time. That's weird.
No.
What?
I didn't mean like Siamese twins, like you're both holding the
Yeah.
magazine.
Hold
like,
it up. Pull out the centerfold.
No, you're like his butler. Like
Yeah.
you're like, excuse
I had
me,
it
sir. Would you like
over,
me? You have like
folded over my arm,
yeah,
like a towel.
And you're like, excuse me, sir. Would you like me to show you the centerfold?
Yes. No, we hit them in our records. We didn't use mattresses.
Collection.
No, we each ended up with our own because I had records too. So I wanted to be cool like my brother.
So, did you DJ?
No.
Okay.
I was not a disc jockey.
It's weird that you were a little young to have, like, even for me, records is kind of like, you know, and like I'm a little bit older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so
we have vinyl.
What got you into collecting? But your brother got you into collecting vinyl?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't have nearly as much. I was tapes. We had tapes. But I had the classics. You know, I had Def Leppard and Bon Jovi and what was Slippery When Wet? Was that Bon Jovi?
Yeah, I got a good Slippery When Wet story.
Yeah.
My mom was I'll make it real quick. My mom was a school teacher. And
as was mine.
And she was teaching in El Campo. And I just went up to the school for like something. I can't remember what it was. And some kid had brought the cassette of Slippery When Wet, like to school.
Yeah.
And my mom took that shit up. I guess she didn't give it back. And then she was like, I don't know where it was. I don't know if she handed it to me. I was like, can I have this? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, cool. And I just played it all the time. All the time. Because like that was kind of one of the first like rock, like just kind of like it wasn't the music my kind of parents listened to.
Yeah.
And I was a weird kid. I was like getting those Time Life cassette tapes and I would just listen to like 40s and 50s, like all this shit.
Yeah.
And so like it was my first like album. And I also found John Cougar Mellencamp's tape in like grass somewhere. And it was all like strung out. All the crap had like all the tape.
So you had to get your pencil and spin it.
Like what? Spin it up. Anyways, you were going to say?
No, yeah. Those albums. Yeah. Back in the day. So
I just didn't know if y'all like recommended stuff to each other or something.
No, he was 5 years older than me. So I was
following different stuff.
I was following him.
Yeah.
His deal was Metallica.
Like he liked Metallica?
Oh, yeah. The Die Hard.
I have 3 Metallica tattoos.
Yeah. I've seen him in concert. Frank Irwin Center.
My Metallica tattoos or
yes,
Metallica?
I saw your tattoos in concert.
I have been to a Metallica concert.
Yeah. I went to the one, Frank Irwin Center. Man, this was like early 2000s. And the entire stage spun around.
That's pretty cool.
During the concert. And so everybody eventually had a front view.
I went to the one in San Antonio. And we were in the pit.
Oh.
And so the stage was like just like right here and it spun like that. And I was just like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like Metallica.
In
but
San
like
Antonio?
It was hard. It was hardcore.
You didn't get knifed?
No. I mean.
So my mom tape story. You know, in high school, I had my lowrider.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I had a lowrider. 412s in the back. I put it in the Texas Heat Wave, won 3rd place in the sound competition.
You still have that trophy?
Nah, I don't know where it went, but I had the trophy.
You worked for that, bro. You didn't keep it?
I did, bro. I spent a lot of money to win that.
I could have put it up in here.
Dude, that would have been clutch.
Yeah, but where is it?
I don't know.
Not to get it remade.
But I at 133 decibels, which in 1995 was a lot. Now with technology and computers and the amps that they have, that's nothing. But back in 1995, 133 decibels was a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had
boy.
my truck in the driveway, high school, and my mom had to move my truck for some reason. I was blocking her car or something. And I had Spice One.
Which one?
Spice One cassette, 187,
Yeah.
187, whatever. And it's just like, motherfuck this and motherfuck that and bitch and blah, blah. My mom, all she did was move my car like 10 feet so she could back out. And she heard so much cussing in that 10 seconds.
Was she upset?
Oh, she flipped the lid. Yeah. She grabbed all my tapes, grabbed that tape and threw them away. And
What?
I was like, you're not listening to this junk anymore. And blah, blah. Like,
my mom
was a teacher too.
My mom bought that.
And my dad was a teacher.
My mom bought that shit for me.
Yeah, that's great.
And she would just tell me, she would go, just
and look at you now.
Don't repeat. What do you mean look at me now? Like I'm totally cool with how I turned out. Like, hey, look, like I think about this, like,
yeah, she flipped the lid. Yeah,
like I know I can be a little extra. Like it doesn't bother me at all. So it's like one of those things where, like, when people are like, well, how are you going to explain something you said on the podcast to your daughter? I go, I don't think I have to explain too much, because I think I'll have a good enough relationship with her. She'll understand who I am. Like,
yeah, as a person,
there won't be any explaining like that. If she doesn't know like who I am as a person, I'm not doing a good job, I don't think.
Yeah,
in
you're
my
hiding.
opinion.
Yeah, you're putting on a facade.
Yeah, and you. I mean, I am like her lifeline to this world. How would you like it if someone like deceived you all the way through? You know what I mean? That wouldn't be cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I am me. Yeah, I don't hide.
I would agree with that.
Unless it's work related.
Well, but you work for yourself, right?
Yeah, but here's the deal. I do a lot of marketing, and I get a lot of first-time home buyers and people that are moving to the area that don't know me. I do have quite a few referral business, from friends and family, and actually a few fraternity brothers I'm doing some stuff for right now. But for those that don't know me, you have to put on your go face. You have to be ready to go.
Like Kanye in the Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm not gonna come out the first time I meet someone and tell them about trips to Boys Town in Mexico. So I mean,
that's not.
They can't.
I don't
tell
know.
Me, they can't tell people everything about you.
Well, I'm trying to think of a conversation that you would start like that, and I don't think there is one. So you don't have to worry about it like too much. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I can't think.
Have you ever seen
I can't think of anything I would do in my life where I would start with, "Hey, just to let you know up front, I went to Mexico and went to Boys Town. Just so you know, now, what is your name, sir?
Yeah.
Like, what is your name, man?"
Yes. Welcome to Texas from California. But anyway, yeah. So, you do have to put on a little bit of a facade. But again, some of those clients that I have from out of state and stuff, it turns out really great because they don't know anyone here. So I'm like their connection to Austin. So yeah, we're going out for drinks and hanging out. Good people. So, but yeah, if you're fake with your own kids, that's going to be a problem.
Well, I mean, they're yours. So,
which I think has happened for many generations. I think a lot of parents did put on a facade.
This is well, I would agree. This is what I think. I think that that you want to be the best version of yourself for your children, right? Okay. So, if we're doing the movie about Jody's life, are we going to put a lot of the like pitfalls in there? Or we're just going to hit the highlights, right?
What would it be rated, you think?
I mean, I don't even know if they rate movies like that. It's like it's
Dude,
like you just have to sign this. If they made a movie about you, they would go, look, you just have to sign this waiver saying that you'll never sue us for anything that happens to you mentally after you see this movie. That's what they would say.
In all honesty, I know everybody. I feel like my movie. I'm so offended right now. My movie would be a mix of Jackass, Old School, and what was the movie where they went to Vegas and stole the tiger?
The Hangover.
The Hangover. I think those three movies combined would kind of be my story.
I mean, I think that's an accurate description.
You do?
Not me knowing you the way I do.
You've known me 24 years.
Yeah.
You feel that's an accurate.
I don't know what mine would be. I don't know. I've never thought about that. That's I can come back. I might write that down.
Those 3 movies are clutch. You combine those 3, and that's been my life last
I mean,
20 something years.
but I think that like we talked about this before. You enjoy that. Like you're a people person. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean, you gotta do what makes you happy. I mean, like, well, we're only here a short time. You know what I
I just
mean?
poured my drink on myself. Is that on camera?
I mean, it is on camera, but like,
Okay.
no, I didn't notice it.
Okay.
So
That was for Kobe. Poured out some.
but we had like 2 people before him that were pouring out stuff where he jumped right over to
yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah. Sorry.
Who were the other 2 people? Remember?
Scott Kelly
Uh-huh. Tupac.
and Tupac. Yes.
Look at that.
Who I listened to on the way over here.
Yeah, is that what you got hyped on the way over here?
It just came on my Pandora station.
Oh,
My Ja Rule Pandora station.
You have a Ja Rule Pandora station?
Yes.
Why?
Bro, it's
What?
90s.
No. But why would you pick Ja Rule to be the leader of the playlist?
Okay, because
why did you start with
was
what
it
song,
Put
what
It
song?
On Me? No, what was this song? Was
Jennifer,
it J-Lo?
Yeah, like, yeah, yes.
I was in the mood for that song one day, and so I just started the station.
Okay.
And I've just rolled with it. It has a lot of Usher on there, some Ja Rule, throws in some Tupac, some Bone. Thugs and Harmony come on every now and again. It's a good mix.
So I'm gonna
I also have my Bloods and Crips station where I went to hardcore.
Like what rap. I mean, like what?
Pirula.
The one all the tapes your mom threw away?
Yes. Thanks, Mom. I started my own Pandora station.
Can't stop you now. She can't stop you now.
You can't stop me now. Yeah. I pay for it. I don't even have commercials, bro.
On Pandora?
I pay for it, so I don't have commercials.
I do spot.
It's straight through.
I pay for Spotify.
Gangsta.
And I pay for again, that's not very gangster for you to pay for it.
Can you do it?
What?
Sorry, I'm not really.
Now I have to figure out how to blur shit out because you're a fucking dumbass.
Bro.
You can't just like do that on a YouTube
gang
video.
Signs?
I don't know.
Is that really their gang sign? I think it's what urban white kids made up to try to be cool.
I don't know. This episode's all me and you. Usually Joe's here and he can look shit like that up, but we'll have to look it up after. It'll be fine. Okay. So
it's legit.
Have you had a good time so far?
On this podcast?
Yeah.
That's TBD.
Yeah. There's not much more. So like, I mean,
okay. Yeah. To this point, it's been enjoyable.
Yeah. You're getting close to the end. So,
yes.
So what I like to do here at the end is just kind of like ask people what they do to help like make their life like more moderate, like, how they find ways to balance their life so that they can handle like all the pressures and things that come along with life. So I just wanted you to kind of share like the things you do that help you be a better dad or to be better for your clients at your job. Like how do you take care of yourself, so that you can be the best version of yourself?
Man, so deep, Scotty Super G.
Well, what did you think? Apparently you haven't listened to any podcast before.
I did. I mean, I almost wore my Jenko jeans because I listened to the first one.
You don't have any Jenko jeans.
You're correct.
Because if you did, I'd break in your house and steal them and then sell them
for $400.
I haven't looked up Z Cavaricci's, but I'm not doing that flap.
There's different angles. I had those. They connected at the shin. It's a big flap. Deer Park Middle School, 8th grade dance. I would spin real fast and they would pop out. You don't even know.
No,
this is before the golf dance.
Bro, I'm older than you.
Oh.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
You know. Like, but you're from small town. This big city stuff.
Like you. No, I mean, it wasn't where I was trying to break out from the very beginning, bro. I was trying to get out.
You were turning the small town into the big city.
It was like Footloose.
What's your that picture you have? Your shirt, small town famous or something?
Yeah.
Everybody, what if I was in that town?
Shout.
What if I would have been in that small town?
I mean, there's people. No offense, but I mean, there's like you're a type of person. There are people. There are people like you in my hometown. One of them's good friends with my dad.
Okay,
so there you go. Right. I mean, there's just like people everywhere.
Hey, tell Melvin I said what's up. Shout out to Melvin.
Shout out to Melvin. They probably listen to podcast.
And Ashley, what's up, Ashley?
But I'm gonna have to tag y'all in it or something.
All right. So, what am I doing to better myself? Moderate.
Well, your diet. Like you've got on a diet, right?
Well, I mean, I've always tried to pay attention to that, but for my kids, they're getting to the ages now where they're starting to recognize, affirmation that they're doing a good job. And, like my son just finished another season of soccer at YMCA. And like the whole season was just trashed when he got the medal. All he cared about was that little medal. And he goes to his older sister who's 7, and he's like, "You didn't get a medal. I got a medal." So it's like, it's just so I'm doing stuff like that. I'm building these little metal cases. I'm buying them on Amazon, and I put his picture in there in the little metal, and he just loves them, and he's proud of himself, and so just that constant
Trying to
affirmation.
making time for your kids, like being involved.
Well, not just being there, but
Yeah.
celebrating with them, life and stuff. So that's something I really, with my current situation, trying to focus on that type stuff. Me personally, um, yeah, physically trying to take care of myself, staying to, a schedule, procrastination. God, man, getting rid of that. That's tough.
Is it important for you to be a good dad? Is that something that you really like? Like, and I don't mean that like it's important or not important, like black or white. I just mean like, are you aware of it in those moments that like these are things I need to be doing to be involved in my kid's life and stuff? Like, are you being present? Is what I'm asking, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I want to be more. I think summertime's harder, because it's a weird schedule.
Yeah,
We have an au pair. And so during the day, the kids are with the au pair, and, I'm working and whatever. And so I mean, at nighttime, how much time do you really have?
yeah.
Right. A couple hours before it's bath and bedtime. So, just making the most of those awake moments. Um, but also at their age, they're so young, it's kind of hard to, you always want to FaceTime with them and see how their day was, whatever. But at that age, it's kind of hard to kind of actually have a conversation with them to talk about it. All they want to do is the little funny faces and turn their heads into
Isn't
whatever
that weird?
zebras and stuff. It's like, okay, come on, I want to talk to you about how your day was, but no. So yeah, the physical activity. With my son's starting. What is it, Young Scouts or something? Tuesday tomorrow.
What is Young Scouts?
I think it's the intro to like Boy Scouts or something, Cub Scouts. I don't really know, but I'm
Young
going to the first meeting
It's
tomorrow.
you know what it sounds like? It sounds like they were trying to like update their image like at the Boy Scouts. So like, yo, we're gonna call them Young
I
Scouts.
might have made that up. I'd have to
Hey,
look up
but
the
look,
name,
hey,
but
hey, Boy Scouts, you might be on Jody might be onto something if it's not
here,
already if
yeah,
that's not what it's
here,
called.
hold please. I'll give you the name. What's it called?
It's YUNG Scouts.
Trail Life.
Trail
Sorry,
Life.
I
Oh,
was
that's
way
way
off.
whack.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they should go with Young
So
Scouts.
there were a few times where, we went camping and stuff. I took my daughter to daddy daughter camp out, and we've done some RV stuff, and they just love that. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to get more involved with. But the question of how am I moderately improving my life?
Well, just
Was
more
that the question?
now the more the question is that like, just like politics and just like online and just like everything else that seems to be going on, it's like I mean, the world it's trying to be black and white, but the world's not black and white. It's very gray. There's a lot of people, a lot of things, a lot of different stuff, blah blah whatever. And so you have to kind of find those sweet spots in life of kind of just where to live and just be happy. You know what I mean? And it's a balance of like your work, right? And then for you, like spending time with your kids. That's how you balance that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think recognize it is important and doing it is important and recognizing that you need certain things, or it's like me recognizing that Erin needs her own space.
Hmm.
It's so great for us. It's not typical, but it works really well for us. So I mean,
Yeah.
like and that makes a difference in our relationship. It makes our relationship more balanced. And so I'm all for everybody feeling really good about like what's going on. You know what I mean? So because that's you're getting
De-
this one short life. You got to live it,
Depression yourself from the societal norms is I feel like a big eye opener. Just quit feeling so pressured to keep up with everybody. The keeping up with the Joneses, that's kind of like financially trying to have all the nice stuff. I mean, just like you said, I mean, it's not the norm that you have your own rooms, but fuck it. If y'all are happy, you're happy. You know what I mean? It's just stupid that people force themselves, like I supposedly have sleep apnea. I have a CPAP machine. I don't wear it. Probably stupid of me, but um so yeah, there was a time where we were sleeping separately because of that,
Yeah,
but um it is what it is. I mean, it's like if she needs her sleep, then she needs her sleep,
yeah.
so Why stress about it? You're not talking. It's like when you go to a movie. I think a movie is a shitty date.
Yeah.
You don't talk to the person. You're sitting there looking at a fucking screen, right? You don't get to know them.
That's dating. That's like dating 101.
Well, it's still dinner and a movie. It's like the classic fucking date.
But here's
when I was in school.
Here's where stuff gets kind of whack, right? And then I'll wrap this up. We can wrap this up. Is now everyone you go on a date with has a mini movie theater in their pocket.
Yeah.
Right. So to get someone like think of it this way. Like the only time we've really looked at your phone just now, like it's just because we're looking shit up or I had you take the video, whatever. But we've just been having a conversation for like an hour. You know what I mean? And like, it's hard to get somebody's attention for that long. Like I use my phone a lot to do this kind of stuff, but like Erin's like never on her phone. Like it's hard to even get a hold of her and stuff like that. And there's something just really like every time I don't get a hold of her, I'm kind of like, in a way, I'm kind of jealous that she just doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like, and that her life is she's not connected like that. And I think, I don't know.
It's not tied to that like a cord.
Yeah.
But no, I was just saying on the whole movie thing, the relation to the sleeping in the same room. It's like, well, you're not talking while you're sleeping. You're not not having a conversation. Who cares?
Yeah.
You can start the night out together, snuggle, do your stuff, whatever that might be, and then go to sleep wherever you want to go sleep. My dad sleeps in a freaking chair in the living room because he has to be like elevated, whatever.
I wear an Irish Speedo.
My mom and it's not about what you wear, Scott.
Oh, okay.
It's not about
you haven't seen
how
my
many
Irish
times
Speedo,
you make it rise. What? How's it go? Yeah, my dad sleeps in a chair in the living room because he has to be like upright, and my mom sleeps in the bed. Like, so what? That's where he has to sleep.
Like I kind of look at it this way. Like, I think my longest relationship before my current relationship was 6 years, I think. Right. So you go ahead and say, okay, well, I'm going to get married and hopefully I stay married forever. Right. Whatever forever is. So maybe it's 25, 30, 50. I don't know. Right. That's a lot of time sleeping with the same person. You know what I mean? And anything.
If you're in a monogamous marriage.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if you're sleeping with different people, like maybe you never get tired of it. Or maybe you have a whole house.
Are you talking about pineapples?
I'm not talking about pineapples. Is there something about this drink that like I don't know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like is it called June Shine? Like
I don't
June Shine?
What?
Where was I? Before you were so really interrupted.
Talking about monogamous.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that you're gonna have plenty of time with this person.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of time. If y'all are meant to be, there are gonna be days you're just like, God, like I can't believe this person's still here. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have plenty of time. So just spread it out. Like be respectful and give space and stuff like that. Like there's no reason to be, that's just the way I kind of see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping we have a relationship for a really long time. So if I think like that, like that's what we're going to have, then there's no pressure to like sleep on this night or watch this movie or sleep in this bed or go to bed when this person does or kind of whatever. It's just like, we're just here. Like she lets me do this for 3 hours.
How much time do we have?
We're like kind of over, but why? What do you got?
The time concept.
Like time,
death.
The time continuum? What do you
mean? No, you got all this time, you think, but death could be around the corner. I'll admit this to the universe because this is a universal podcast, right? It's going to be on Mars one day.
Well, it's already on Mars. I guess if
people aren't on Mars yet,
Jeff Bezos has Spotify, it's on Mars.
Yeah, I'm afraid of dying.
Why?
I don't want to die.
Well, so let me ask you this. You're going to spend all the time you have on this planet worrying about dying, and then you're going to die? That's what you're going to do?
Well, that's why you live every day like it's your last, right?
I don't think about dying at all. I don't think about it at all.
I don't either in the normal context of the day.
But you just said that you worry about dying.
But sometimes, like when I'm alone at the house, whatever, I'm like, oh.
Like, what if you died?
You get that shiver.
Like, are you scared?
I don't want to die. Like, I want to know who's going to win the championship in 2062. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I want to know what happens.
Okay, I haven't done the math really quick on that, but like you're gonna be like 80 at that point.
Oh yeah. Okay. 3062.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, but I mean,
So,
you got to make
yeah,
it.
hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, this diet's going well though. I think.
I feel great.
Yeah, you didn't have the
My genes.
You
Like
didn't have the fettuccine Alfredo tonight.
No.
Yeah,
I had spaghetti.
Yeah, you had spaghetti like a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and the meatballs, they have really good balls there.
I mean,
the Grove has great balls.
It's amazing how we
They're
made
meaty.
it like this far. We made it like almost like an hour, probably and a half, without you making a ball joke to get all the way to the end.
I told the whole story about my balls hanging out. Oh, that was before we started. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry. Spoiler alert.
No, there's no spoiler.
For the next podcast, Jody Ball story.
That's not going to be on the podcast. So, all right. So, do you have anything that like you want to plug? Like you want to plug like your website, you want to plug your Instagram, like talk about like, like where people can find you?
I got the easiest plug in the world.
Okay.
736 Jody.
Yeah.
Jody.
So that's
Google it, hashtag, whatever, you'll find me.
So is that your phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking.
You knew that.
I mean, I just have your number.
I've had the same phone number since 2000. I signed up with VoiceStream, which then switched to PrimeCo. So I had a PrimeCo phone.
Oh,
just like the song.
Yeah. Hey, I want you to listen to this.
Yes.
I don't know what my parents' phone numbers are.
Okay, yeah.
Like I don't know anybody's phone number. I know mine because I have to write it down all the time.
Mine is.
I don't know Aaron's. Like I do know Aaron's, but
every social media post I ever put, I hashtag 736 Jody.
Mm-hmm.
It's my website, 736jody.com.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's 736 Jody.
Okay, everything's
it's on my hat.
It's on his hat.
I don't have any ink, but if I did, it would be on my inner thigh. It would say hashtag 736 Jody.
How much will you pay me to get that tattooed?
On your body?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good question.
Now I'm gonna tell you, like I'm not cheap.
How prominent would it be?
I'm not cheap, but I'm not expensive.
How prominent would it be?
What? How we mean? How prominent it'd be? Like where everybody could see it all the time?
Forehead.
Like I just wouldn't do it. Like I was just like that's just no. So
where,
I know I get to pick location. Like you don't get to pick location.
Well, the dollar. Okay, sorry. Advertisements pay for locations. It's about the marketing space.
Okay.
If this is an advertisement,
I don't know if you've heard of something. It's called social media, and this is the way social media works. Is there's these things that are just fucking outlandish. Like people get fucking Super Bowl tattoos when their team don't even win the Super Bowl.
Yes, the Browns. I think a lot of people.
And then they just show a picture on social media and just goes around. So I could put it like in the inside of my butt cheeks as long as we get a picture of it.
I would pay for the tattoo itself.
Oh, that's nothing.
Plus a specified dollar amount.
But what's the dollar amount?
I don't know. I don't want to sound cheap. What am I, your tattoo daddy? I don't know.
I don't know. Are you my tattoo daddy?
Are you my tattoo daddy, sugar daddy?
I thought this was a bromance.
Like if I throw out a number and you're like, oh, that's way too low, then I feel stupid for throwing that number out. But then I don't want to overpay either.
Well, what am I worth?
Your skin's valuable, bro.
I mean, is
expensive skin? Just like B.
Is it
just
valuable?
like B.
Is it valuable?
B, expensive skin.
I mean, have you seen some of my tattoos? Is it valuable?
Do you still have Marvin the Martian?
Yeah.
I tell people about that.
No. I don't have a Marvin the Martian.
You covered it up?
I never had one. I have a Charlie Sunkist tuna.
No, you had the little alien, Marvin the Martian, with the green helmet. I swear to God, you had that tattoo.
Well, I will, tonight before I go to bed, I will double check my body. I mean, there's a lot.
Get naked. Let me see.
There's a lot. I get it, but I am almost
You don't have Marvin Martian?
Yeah, I'm processed.
I swore you did. I told that story. I told someone you had Marvin Martian.
What'd you tell them?
That you have a bunch of ink and
I just had Marvin the Martian. There was
no
other
one
part
of them.
There's one other part of the story though.
Well, you had a bunch of ink. You have a bunch of cool stuff.
No. But like
that was the one that stood out to me.
Let me get this straight. You were telling them a story
your
about all my ink.
Tears.
Yeah, like
there you go. There you go. I remember that.
You were telling somebody a story about my ink.
Yes.
And you specifically told them that I had a Marvin the Martian tattoo.
Yes.
Why did you tell them that? What made you?
Because I was like,
what were you bragging about it that you would bring it up? A tattoo I don't even have.
I don't even know. I don't remember.
That's what. And
but
that
I've
what you,
always
that's what you
thought
went with.
Scotty Super G had Marvin the Martian.
Why would that even?
I know you have other cool shit, but that was the one that I remembered.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my God, we're gonna have to strip down after this. I want to see,
dude. Like, we're not even that far in
how
our
much
relationship.
You've had to drink. Take another drink.
This thing's empty.
Just drink some more. Drink another.
No,
one. I'm trying to get you naked.
We got to do
what?
We'll have to do like a part 2 because I can't. Like these things have to be about an hour. It's just like nobody can take.
Oh, we're over.
Yeah, we're over.
That's a problem with bringing someone you've known for 24 years.
Well, I mean, like I don't want to just abruptly end conversations. Yeah. And so I'm trying to let them go. But like, and some of them been longer than others. Some of them been less than an hour. So it's just like,
Name a price.
A price for the tattoo?
Yeah.
Like, that's not good sales though, right? Like, that's not good. Like you don't ever want to name that. You don't ever want to name the price.
No, you always let the other person say it first.
Yeah. And that's why you're doing it to me. And that's what I'm telling you. You don't do that. Like, I just wanted you to know that I know what you're doing. That's all.
Damn it.
That's all I'm trying to say. I would do it for. I want to like give you a number and you go, no fucking way I would ever pay you that much money. Like, you know what I mean? But just be in the ballpark where you have to think about it just for a minute. I'm not shaking on this, but I'd do it for $1,000.
I could do that.
Yeah. We can chat off. We can chat off air.
All right, cool.
Hey, and I got the perfect guy to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but is it going to be in Old English?
Well, the price just went up.
No, we want it to be legible.
Price just went up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my hopefully in the future, my friend Jacob is going to come on the podcast and he's going to tattoo me on the podcast.
Nice. And that could be the tattoo he does.
The tattoo.
Oh, bro, I got to be here for that.
Okay. Well, you like Jacob anyway. He's really cool. Shout out to Jacob.
Jacob, what's up, Jacob?
All right. So, man, I really appreciate you doing this. I hope did you have fun?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
Cool. Great time.
My bro crush has grown.
We didn't do another
romance.
We didn't do another question. I didn't like.
No, we didn't need it.
I could do like. Oh, I could do one. We could do one. I got one real quick. Grab your little pad and went in with this.
One of the.
Yeah.
But we're 2 for 2. I don't want to mess it up.
Well, then don't mess it up. This is real easy. Hey, if you were paying attention, and we talked about this recently, so like you would get it. Okay. How many people were in your pledge class? What'd you write down?
That's too easy, dude.
Well, hey, I just wanted. Hey, we're just
show the camera.
Show the camera. Here's hey.
It says 1.
It's 1. That's right.
Let me see yours.
Yeah, it's 1.
1. Oh, look, you did the top and the bottom.
Hey, that's why you picked me as your little brother.
We're 3 for 3.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, bro. Here, let's hug it out because I like to do that kind of shit.
Don't knock the mic.